Welcome back. This is Tanoka1 and we are discussing 1106 of Supernatural. Um, this review, rather than a regular reaction video, is going to mostly be me answering questions that were submitted to me on my Tumblr. You can always submit a question after an episode if you would like me to do another question session like this. My Tumblr is at tanoka1.tumblr.com. You can do it anon or off. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're comfortable with, I will answer your questions. Also, warning, it's 10:30 at night. I'm extremely tired, and this is about my fourth time trying to make this video. And everything has interrupted this evening, or either my phone wasn't functioning properly, and I'm literally recording this on my phone, by the way. And so, yeah, if I can't make words, you know why. So, Anon and Chemical Vengeance both asked basically the exact same thing. Can you talk about your thoughts on the Dina Mara Bond thing and how that's being portrayed on the show? It's being portrayed creepily. I very much like Amara. I do. Okay, first of all, let me back up. I did not like this episode at all. There were aspects of it that I enjoyed, but as a whole, I did not enjoy the episode. And I'm probably going to sound pretty bitter. I always sound bitter. I'm bitter. I may end up accidentally sounding bitter about some things, but just because it was a bad episode doesn't mean it's going to be a bad season. I've not given up hope for the season just because of one bad episode. Other people may have enjoyed the episode. Good for you. I didn't. So, as far as the Dina Mara thing, it was creepy. The sexual tension that's being portrayed between them is supremely creepy. And disturbing. She's like I said, I like Amara. I like Amara very, very much. I'm very intrigued by this character. I think she's very complex. I'm very interested on several different aspects, which I won't get into because it has nothing to do with the question, as far as her personality and her design. But as far as the Dina Mara thing goes, the fact that there is sexual tension between them in certain shots and scenes and stuff is inappropriate. Is the best I can come up with. Like I said, I'm tired. I know the actress who plays the current Amara is 17. I totally thought the character was 14. She looks like she's 14, 13. She does not look 17. The previous version was about 8. Maybe 7. So, I mean, she's a child. And she's still clearly a minor. So the fact that we have these scenes where she's still a child, but closer to adulthood and womanhood than she was previously, still a child and a minor, even though she is as old as God, it doesn't matter. She looks like a child. Is wrong, messed up. It's no, shouldn't even consider doing scenes like that at all. You could have scenes where Dean's wanting to protect her. I don't know, because she does look like a child, and he can't quite separate. Okay, she looks like somebody I would normally want to be protecting, and there's some pull because she's somehow still got her claws in him because she's the darkness, and he was. I'm not exactly sure how their whole relationship works, because she wasn't inside of him. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure how that whole thing works with. He was basically the lock, but she wasn't possessing him. So I'm not really sure how the whole bond thing works. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense as of yet. Why she would feel any need to protect him. Though I can see why he would still feel a need to protect her. Kind of, sort of, because she still basically has her claws in him, which will be interesting if she could turn around and use the people that have had the mark as human puppets, and basically then be like her human shields, if push came to shove, and use them as basically, like I said, a living shield to keep other characters from coming after her, to at least buy her time to escape or something like that. Like, say, if Lucifer comes back and if they for some reason brought Cain back, or either Dean never actually killed him, and suddenly, like in a scene where she's cornered, she ends up turning and using Lucifer, Cain, and Dean as a human shield, forcing other characters, like say Gabriel, Sam, and Cass, they would have to plow through them to get to her. Well, they're not going to. You know, I don't really fully get what their relationship is and their bond and how that works. It doesn't make any sense. But I'm still intrigued. And I'm curious kind of why. That doesn't make it any less uncomfortable making certain ways it's being shot and certain ways it's being shown. In which case, actually, the only thing more disturbing than the way it's being shot and the way it's being shown and the sexual tension between the characters is the way that actually some fans are reacting to that. Some fans are actually attacking and berating and insulting other fans about the fact that, like, no, that's all in your head. You're imagining things. If you're seeing sexual tension between these characters, you're the problem. That sounds an awful lot like the whole argument that the entire fan base got pissed off about shipping, actually, as far as, like, say, Dean and Castiel. That one of the writers or directors, or actually a couple of the directors, have said, and two fans, about the fact that it's basically not there. You're imagining things. You're delusional. And fans got pissed and fans got hurt. And clearly there is disagreement, because you had other actors and such come back and other writers saying, no, you're not crazy. It's there. You're not imagining it. This is a thing. It exists. You're allowed to have your own views and opinion. You're allowed to disagree. You are not allowed to be a dick about it. You know? Golden rule. Do unto others as you'd have done unto yourself. Seriously, people, treat others the way you want to be treated. If you would get pissed about somebody on the show, Bob Singer, insulting the fandom and telling people that they're delusional, or that it's in their imagination, or that it's just a TV show, don't turn around and freaking do it to somebody else in the fandom. What is wrong with you? Seriously. And I digress. I'm literally just going to leave it there, because seriously, be a better person than that. It's not cool. It's not cool. Don't be Bob Singer. Nobody likes Bob Singer except for Bob Singer. Don't be him. Don't. Make better life choices. Yeah. Next question. So Anon asked, why do you think Dean has gotten into the habit of walking away from Sam whenever he's on the phone with Cass? I think it's just for the idea of basic limited privacy. You know, you don't want the other person to feel awkward about the fact that they're basically eavesdropping on your conversation or waiting for you to finish so they can go talk to you or do whatever. Also, Dean has this hyper-masculine image he's constantly trying to live up to. Like, if he shows anything less than being a complete total badass that has no emotions or whatever, that he's somehow less of a warrior. I don't know. Who saved the world? Dude, seriously. You could love to wear tutus and do ballet and bake cookies for Claire to take to the bake sale at school. And seriously, it would not make you any less of the badass that you are. You know, who saved the world multiple times and will continue to save the world in the future. Do you? Do what you want. You know, be who you want to be. You know, call Castiel up and be like, are you okay? Are you hurt? What's going on? How do you feel? What are you watching? You know, it doesn't matter. It really, really seriously doesn't matter. But it's more like if he doesn't think he's curt, and if Sam is there to hear or anybody else can hear, he's curt to the point and like no emotions. I'm like, dude, seriously. Love yourself. Please. We love you. You need to love yourself. It's time. It's been way too freaking long. You know, just in season 8, he was getting to that point, you know, where he was comfortable being who he was. And then season 9 happened. And apparently something went on behind the scenes. Power shifts happened. Because season 9 and 10 just have been crap. I only lie for the sake of small children, dude. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for y'all. Next question. Sans Serif asked, I just want a million opinions on this one. What are your thoughts on some of the props and things, the changing channel wallpaper, and the stained glass angels going on in the background? Are they hints? Are they recycled props? Someone on the staff being a freaking dick tease? Something else entirely? That was really distracting. Like, not even gonna lie. Like, I couldn't even hardly pay attention to that scene because I'm like, it's the changing channels wallpaper. Holy crap. I think that's the exact same set. Do they have multiple, like, motel rooms and they've just, like, because, oh, God. I'm telling you, like, it was really distracting. And I mean, it's not like it's a subtle wallpaper. It really sort of stands out, you know? And I'm kind of the opinion at this point that Gabriel's coming back. Like, I really don't doubt it. I also think Lucifer's coming back. And I think Sam hasn't picked up on this yet. But, okay, one, God's not answering his prayers. But two, people are trying to contact him. I think Lucifer's trying to contact him from the cage. Because Sam is his true vessel. Lucifer still has that connection to him, and he did possess Sam at one point. So I think that means he still got a connection to him, which is what is allowing him to contact him from the cage. And I do believe Lucifer wants to help. And this isn't some sort of nefarious plot, because if it was evil and he was out to hurt Sam, well, he can contact him now. What stopped him from contacting all these previous seasons? In which case, has me super excited. Seriously. Okay, if the CW or Supernatural or whoever wants to ever make a spinoff for Supernatural, they can make two, actually. You can have Wayward Daughters or Wayward Academy, which would be freaking awesome. Just go talk to Kim Rhodes. She knows all about it. They already actually have like the first 6 episodes probably written. The cast has already all agreed to be in it. It's going to be fabulous. It's, yes, good things, good things. And then you have this other potential that is quite brilliant, and it's going to have depth and character and plot, and just it's gonna, okay, you ready, Gabriel and Lucifer beat up everybody. 42 minutes every episode every week of Gabriel and Lucifer just beating up everybody. It's gonna be brilliant. I kid you not, I would watch this. Meanwhile, you've just got Team Free Will in the background, like just sitting back with like Ray-Bans and passing back and forth popcorn as they just like munch on it. And just watch Lucifer and Gabriel beat up everybody. I think it would be brilliant and a huge success. I think it'd be great. That and Wayward Daughters or Wayward Academy. Yeah. Gold. Pure gold. It's just gonna be great. They could even do like catchy posters for like Gabriel and Lucifer with like their suits on or whatever, or like even make it look very Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right? And then you got like the tagline on it about the, you know, they didn't want to get involved. Now you'll wish they weren't. You know, as they're just like, yes, good. Just Gabriel and Lucifer beat up everybody. I think it'd be hilarious. Full of feeling and just, yeah. I definitely think Gabriel and Lucifer are both coming back though, and I'm so looking forward to it. Next question. Anon. Can you talk about the rumor that is going around that the Dean cast talk was deleted, like the infamous "a part of me always believed you'd come back" line? I know exactly what you're talking about, and I too actually was thinking it was going to be this episode. Having seen the episode though, I don't think it was actually meant to be this episode. I don't think anything got deleted. I think for some reason the entire fandom is confused on when that conversation is supposed to take place. Because we were told several weeks ago that yes, they do have a conversation about their relationship and the things that have happened and where they stand and blah, 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 blah. Which is a necessary conversation. They literally have to have it or else it's just going to be bad writing. But given the narrative of the episode, one, there was no, it's not that it would be cut because there was no time for it, that like other scenes were more important, or they could have cut other scenes and they cut this instead. It's more like there was literally no build up to have the scene, which, because they don't have heart to hearts unless they absolutely have to or something like that. So at the end of the episode, of course, Cass sees that, okay, something's going on with Dean as far as Amara. He's lying. He's hiding something. Something is wrong. And of course, we know he will later confront him about this. And especially if it starts to get worse and more obvious, okay, something's going on, talk to me. Dean hasn't been around Cass to see that, okay, something is clearly going on with Cass. As far as he knows, Cass is just sort of being quirky and odd and whatever. He doesn't really get why he's having the odd Netflix binge watch. I mean, you know, he knows he's seeking something, you know, and has a reason, but he doesn't know why. And aside from the slightly odd behavior, you know, he has no reason to really be concerned to confront Castiel about, okay, hey, you know, what's going on with you? That's not even touching on the fact that they both, you know, them obviously avoiding each other or something. Cass avoiding Dean because of what Dean did to him, which I don't think Cass really blames Dean for, but he has every reason to still be angry. And then, you know, Dean avoiding Cass because of guilt and shame, you know. And, you know, it's just, they'll eventually have their conversation. They have to. But I don't think it was meant to be this episode. Next question. Anon asked, do you think that was Cass's room? Since he's been there for weeks, I think he wouldn't be in Sam's room all the time. I think they would have given him his own room with cheap TV, especially seeing as how Dean sees Cass living with him as a permanent thing. Here's the thing. I totally, completely, 120% think that was Sam's room. Sam's room is the only room actually with a TV. Two, we've already seen Sam's room, and that looks exactly like it. And the difference between them, and like Dean's room is decorated and to be comfortable, and it has his stuff in it, and it has only his stuff in it. Whereas Sam has files and stuff that he's been researching all in his room. And it's not really personalized. It's a workplace. And the other rooms, presumably, I would think would be completely empty and cleaned out and ready for any one of the other men of letters to come and move in and make it theirs. They wouldn't just have stuff in the room, you know, because any other of the men of letters could have used it, and it was abandoned for so long. There might be random little stuff left over from previous men of letters, but it's not going to look like Dean or Sam's rooms with stuff all in it. It's basically going to probably be very Spartan. And the boys haven't been home to like designate Cass, here's your room, one which he doesn't need because he's an angel and he doesn't sleep, so he doesn't need a place to sleep. They haven't, you know, been home long enough to, you know, Dean make the point of the conversation, by the way, you can stay, you know, which they do need to have that conversation, because last time Cass was there, Dean asked him to leave. So it's important actually for this time for Dean to actually say the words, you are welcome to stay. This is your home now. I mean, it's understood, but you need to say the words too. Words are important. So I don't think it was Cass's room. I think it was Sam's room. Also, Cass was sitting in a very uncomfortable looking chair next to the bed at the beginning of the scene. And only goes and gets in the bed, or on the bed, when afterwards, when after he's had his like little breakdown at the door, which didn't make much sense. And then he goes back and retreats further into the idiot box. And that's when he goes and gets comfortable about, no, I'm definitely staying. And I think it's more like it's just a narrative visual about the fact that no, he's settling further even into this idea of not leaving. I'm not putting myself out there beyond the protection of the wards where something else could make me their puppet. No witches, no demons, no angels. Nobody is making me their plaything to do what they want with. You know, I'm not being manipulated anymore. I'm staying here where it's safe, and I don't have to think about all the crap that's happened. And I don't have to deal with it because I don't know how, because I'm an angel and we have never been taught or had to learn coping skills. You know, so But I think it was Sam's room. I don't think Cass has a room yet. Yeah. Sad as it is, and I know everybody was really excited, but it's Sam's room. I hate to burst your bubbles. I'd love for Cass to get a room though. Like, seriously, like, which is, it's interesting too, because we already know from previous episodes, Dean's room and Sam's rooms are way far away from each other. That's interesting. Why, I'm not sure. But literally, Sam has to run down the hall and get to his brother's room. They're not like right next door to each other. So I'm not sure how the rooms are apparently laid out in the bunker. But hopefully Cass would have his like near Dean's or something like that. I say near Dean's because they're just, them as friends is just amazing for me. And so, like, you know, newly human Cass, all I can imagine is, you know, him waking up in the middle of the night with a nightmare and not really sure how to cope, and he's scared because he can't quite separate, okay, dream can't hurt me, reality, I'm safe now, and then him going to Dean because he's like, I really don't want to be alone. Do you mind if I bother you? You know, and all he's got to do is go right next door. Yeah, I like that idea. You know, and Dean's such a caretaker anyways, that he would literally, and he worries so much and has always worried so much about Castiel that he would want him nearby. Like he's wanted him actually nearby and in the bunker for so long anyways. So I don't think Cass has his own room yet. I think he's gonna get one, but I don't think he has one yet. And that's all of the questions for this evening regarding this episode. You are more than welcome to continue to send them in, or to send them in with the new episodes if you would like me to do another ask session or question session. I can plan to continue to do the reaction videos the way I've normally been doing them. It's just more like when the episode doesn't really give me anything to work with or anything for you to watch, or maybe I didn't like it. I end up doing it this way instead. So yeah, it was more fun to discuss it than for you to actually watch a video about me reacting to it, because yeah, in which case the video did get cut short when I was filming it the first time, so apparently I'm having a lot of issues with that. Oh well. Bye!